Welcome to the deep dive.
Okay, so today our mission, it's really focused. We're looking at one specific product, the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones. You've probably seen the buzz online. They cost way less than the big flagship models. But the specs, they read like a direct challenge to brands like Bose. So we really need to dig in and figure out if these claims, actually hold up in the real world.
Yeah, you kind of have to be skeptical, right? I mean, when you see something under, what, $100 and it's claiming stuff like adaptive ANC, minus 48 dB high-res audio,
Yeah.
and that headline number, up to 100 hours of battery, you got to look for the catch.
That 100-hour figure, that's the one that really jumped out at me. It just sounds, well, it sounds almost impossible for how people actually listen day to day.
You hit it right there, that 100-hour claim. It's technically true, but only under very specific lab conditions, like ANC off, moderate volume. Nobody really listens like that if they're buying ANC headphones.
Right, so why even lead with that? What's the more realistic number, the one buried in the details? Okay, so that's the interesting part. The sources we looked at, reviewers consistently found the ANC on playtime is much closer to their other claim, which is around 65 hours.
65 hours with ANC on.
Yeah, and honestly, that's still massive. Most premium headphones don't even come close to that.
Okay. So it's not 100, but 65 is still genuinely impressive.
Exactly. Now, sure, if you crank the volume way up, use high-res LDAC streaming, it'll drop, maybe closer to 50 hours. But even that, it's incredible endurance for the price. It's not magic, but it's definitely class-leading.
All right, so the battery checks out, mostly. But what about the sound? They throw around this phrase, sound by Bose tuning. Now wait, is Bose actually involved, or is that just marketing speak?
Ah, good question. It's more the second one. It's not like an official Bose collaboration. It's tuned to sound like that Bose signature, Rich, vocals forward.
And does it capture that sound?
Surprisingly well, yeah. The sources say the mids and vocals really do have that presence. Bass is solid, punchy. They even have this super bass mode if you want more thump.
But there's always a but at this price point, right? Yeah. Where's the compromise for serious listeners, the audiophiles?
The compromise is really in the finer details. The soundstage is good, very respectable, but it doesn't have that super wide, incredibly precise separation you get from headphones costing like 4 or 5 times as much.
You mean hearing exactly where each instrument is placed?
Yeah, that kind of micro detail. It's the difference between just enjoying the music and feeling like you're in the room where it was recorded. These are more for enjoying the music.
Gotcha. And getting the best sound relies on the connection too, right? They have Bluetooth 5 something, 6.1, and multi-point.
Bluetooth 6.1, yeah, and multi-point, which is great for switching between devices. But the key thing for high-res audio is LDAC support.
Okay, LDAC. Explain that quickly. Why does the listener need to care about that?
So LDAC is basically a technology, a codec, that lets you stream much higher quality audio over Bluetooth than standard connections. Think of it like a wider pipe for the sound data.
So if your phone or laptop doesn't support LDAC,
Then you're not getting the absolute best sound these headphones can deliver. You're still getting good sound, but you're leaving some performance untapped. You need a compatible source device.
makes sense. Here, let's talk about wearing them. Build quality and comfort. They look pretty decent, foldable. They mention cloud comfort cushioning. How do they feel after, say, a few hours?
The build quality definitely feels better than the price suggests. Lightweight, they fold up nicely, pretty solid.
But the comfort for long sessions, like a long flight.
That's where you see the difference compared to the flagships. They're comfortable, yes, but maybe not. Forget you're wearing them comfortable for like 6, 7, 8 hours straight. The clamping force, the weight, it might become noticeable. Good, but not quite elite for marathon wear.
All right, last big claim. The ANC. Minus 48 decibels. Does it actually block out the world effectively?
It's genuinely strong, especially for the price. The consensus is it does a really good job filtering out those constant low-frequency sounds. Think airplane engines, traffic rumble, the hum of an air conditioner. It handles that stuff very well.
But maybe not sudden noises, like people talking nearby.
Exactly. It doesn't quite erase those sharp, unpredictable sounds the way the absolute best ANC from Sony or Bose can. That's really where that last bit of performance difference lies. It gets you most of the way there, though.
So, wrapping this up, what's the final verdict for someone listening, thinking about these?
Look, our deep dive shows these are offering huge value. If you prioritize amazing battery life, really solid noise cancellation, and that kind of popular premium-like tuning, they're fantastic for the money.
You get maybe 90% of what the super expensive flagships offer.
Something like that, yeah. The trade-offs are mainly for the absolute audiophile chasing that last bit of sonic perfection, or someone who needs perfect comfort for extremely long periods. For most people, the value is undeniable.
Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on.
Right. If these Baseus headphones deliver, let's say, 90% of the experience of a $300 to $400 pair, but they only cost, what, $80, it makes you question what's the real value in dollars of that final 10%.
Where does that extra money actually go? Something to think about. That's all for this deep dive.